My name is Stephen Mazie. I teach politics and history at Bard High School Early College, and I helped to develop this course on the role of courts in democracies, which is being taught for the first time now at Bard Early College Academy.
I'm Megan Walk. I'm the library director at Bard High School Early College, and I also teach our 9th grade History of the Americas class.
My name is Christopher Walsh. I'm the teacher of the humanities class at the Bard Early College Academy.
We'll have the prosecution and we'll have the defense. So what you're working on today is just an outline. You don't have to start your essay. What I want you to do is find the precedent that'll help you sum up or defend your argument.
This course exposes middle school students to the role of the courts. And it doesn't begin with the courts, though. It begins with more theoretical, conceptual questions. Questions like, what is justice?
What is the role of an independent judiciary in the U.S.?
What are courts doing when they do justice?
What are the role of judges?
Why do we need courts at all?
What sort of principles guide decision making?
And it uses a wide range of texts to try to get students excited about those questions.
In a way that helps students get at ideas that would normally be considered far beyond the middle school ability.
I think the most important thing is to emphasize the structure of our justice system. That's one of the things that we had to do the most amount of back work to get them to understand the Constitution. The fact that even as 7th and 8th graders, the Bill of Rights applies to them. And then getting the idea of where did the philosophy, why do we have this justice system that we do? Because it's not the same as every other country.
As part of the curriculum, we were very fortunate to be able to bring in Judge Kay and Rory Reardon to meet the students so that they would not only learn about how the courts operate, but meet those personally involved in the Historical Society.
I began practicing law, and I did that for about 21 years.
Do you think the freedom of speech for kids is being threatened in schools?
I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I think teachers generally are more protective of First Amendment rights than the person on the street.
Every case involves human beings.
What was one of the challenging cases you faced?
Oh my goodness, there were so many challenging cases.
I think having the judge come in is extremely important because they not only get to see someone who's dedicated her life to justice and justice system, but they get to ask those questions that are, what do you think about this?
Here's one principle. If you look at these materials and you think there's no way my 7th or 8th grader will be able to handle Plato and John Locke and the Federalist Papers, take a breath and realize that they can. They are challenging and the students will need help reading them, grasping the ideas in them. But once the ideas are laid out, they are questions which are at bottom pretty basic, pretty simple. They're questions about how human beings function together, how they get along, what possible sources of conflicts there are, and how those conflicts can be resolved.
One of the great things about this is it isn't designed such that students don't have to memorize everything. It's not a high stakes. We're not expecting them to take a quiz at the end, and if they don't remember everything, they have failed. Rather, it's a way to see how far students can go, where they can find something of personal relevance.
And to get students thinking about those issues when they're in middle school, when they're 12, 13, 14 years old, is just the right point to capture the energy and the cynicism they naturally have at that age and to direct it toward something a little more positive and essential in their lives and in the lives of their fellow citizens, I think is an important project.